Okay. Right. Let me go ahead and set this up for Patreon. Give me just a moment. I always look so confused setting this up. Damn it. Let's see here. Hopefully you guys can see me on Patreon. Let me know. Seems like my live has not been working on Patreon like it didn't work the other day. Keeps showing a picture of me. Can anybody see me? I see one person in here. This is so confusing. I swear I get so frustrated with this thing. Let's see if my Patreon people can see me. For some reason, it's not showing up on Patreon. I don't know why. It's like showing like a blank screen. I don't know what is going on with Patreon. That's the same thing that happened Thursday. She's showing like a black screen. This is ridiculous. Let me hit refresh. I'm just going to have to go public on YouTube. I don't understand why my Patreon is not letting me live stream anymore. I'm just going to make this public on YouTube, you guys. I don't know what's going on. I will email Patreon because that's BS. I like my little private Patreon sessions. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and share the link with Twitter and Facebook. Anybody in here? My MacBook is so slow. I'm live on YouTube. Please join me. Patreon is messing up, you guys. I don't know what's going on, but it's not letting me live stream on Patreon. I'm just posting all the links here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hey, you guys. Okay, good. I see you guys popping in. Thank you, Noonie. You like the hair? I dyed it myself. You guys, I don't know what's going on with Patreon. It's not posting my live stream. Hold on, I'm also posting a link on Facebook. Give me just a moment. Let me let everybody know I'm here live. I don't know what's going on. It's so frustrating. And then my live, like every time I'm like trying to post stuff, is so slow. Like the computer just gets really, really slow. So I don't know what's going on. Like I'm trying to post it on Twitter right now too, and it's just like lagging. Okay, let me go back to the dashboard. Good evening. Thank you, Jamia. I'm glad you guys like the hair. Y'all know I like to switch it up, honey. This is what color is this? This is like an eggplant purple. I wanted a dark purple. And I also dyed another wig, and it's like a bluish purple. So I'll wear that sometime too. I'm just trying to check and see if my links are posting. I don't know what's going on. My tweets aren't posting. My Facebook is frozen. Like, come on. Come on, cuz. I don't got time for this. You know how usually it's today I got time, cuz. Today I have no time. This is ridiculous. Okay, so Facebook is finally publishing. Let me see. Twitter sent my tweet out. Okay, and Twitter sent my tweet out. Okay, perfect. Alright. So I sent everything on Facebook. I sent it out on Twitter. I don't know what's going on with Patreon, you guys. I really apologize. I like my little Patreon private sessions. It literally be like 10 of us in there, but I enjoy it. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, let me read these. These comments are going fast. Are my moderators in the house? Hey, Purple Love. I love your name. You know I'm Team Purple all day. Hey, AJ. How are you? Hey, Biddy Derek. What's up, Toddy? Jamia Nelson says, thanks for the shout out. Teach me your ways. YouTube user says, I want another 10 hat series. Please shout me out. I'm shouting you out now. And I love my 10 hat series. I'm going to have to start doing that. I love my little conspiracy videos. I know a lot of you guys think I'm weird, that I believe in certain conspiracies, but it is what it is. Let's see here. The chat is, I don't know, somebody said something. YouTube didn't notify me I had to come to your page. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's like they don't want me to have a successful live stream. They're blocking me on Patreon. When I go to share the links, everything starts freezing up, so I don't know. Warrior Princess 59 says, your hair is pretty. You're giving me life. Thank you so much, sis. Hey, Seven Heaven. I've been watching your videos since high school. Do you? Thank you, baby. I appreciate the donation. I definitely will. I will continue to keep doing me. And that's what I always tell people. When people ask me all the time, what makes me YouTube and, how I'm able to keep doing it after all these years. And I will tell anybody this. Do what makes you happy. Talk about the topics that you want to talk about. Don't let nobody else dictate your channel. I did that for too long where, I allowed people to dictate my channel and dictate what stories I should talk about. And I told myself in 2018, no more. I'm talking about the stuff I want to talk about, the stuff that I find fun and interesting. I don't care if it's celebrity gossip, trending topics, or conspiracies. I will talk about what I want to talk about, and if people don't want to hear it, they can go elsewhere. There are millions of YouTubers, so yes, I will continue to keep doing me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let people use my platform when it's convenient and then turn around and shit on me and call me a damn gossip girl or some bullshit. So now I'm just doing me, and that's it. And I think anybody who wants to start a YouTube channel should have that same mentality. Talk about the topics that you are passionate about. Don't be talking about all this, mush mouth shit if you're not passionate about it. End of story. Trouble Man says, yo, T, you like young niggas? Wow, really? You know what? It's funny because I look so young. So I always have guys who come at me who are a lot younger. Like, I went to this thing yesterday, and there's this guy trying to talk to me. He's like, what year did you graduate? And I told him, he was like, oh shit, I thought you graduated like in 2008. I was like, no. He didn't realize I was so much older than him. And then he tried to, holler at me, and I was like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It depends. Like, I don't mind talking to somebody younger, like let's say 25 to 26, but you got to be on your shit. Like, I'm not taking care of no other woman's son. You're not about to live off of me. You're not going to be the king of the living room, king of Madden. Like, you have to come to the table with something. So I don't think the age thing is a big deal. It just depends on where you're at, financially, your credit worthiness, your financial, and like just what you're about. Like, what you bring to the table. So there's nothing wrong with dating somebody younger, but I'm not taking care of nobody's child. That's what I'm not going to do. So that's the answer to that. But I tend to attract a lot of older guys too. So I don't know. I think guys my age just don't like me. I never attract guys my age. They're either younger than me or way older, like 50. So hi, I'm Happy Kanokik from Belgium. Hello, how are you? Jakia Brown says, oh my God, I love you so much. You have a really good mind for commentary and you're beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just have fun with it. I really do. I'm so glad you guys like my hair. I love to switch it up. Thank God I'm 25. I got a shot. What's up, Mustang Gang 5.0? I'll be seeing you in my comment section all the time. That is too funny. Oh my goodness. Hey, Donald. Donald's in here from the Bronx. That's what's up. He said, I'm so glad I finally get to catch you live. That's what's up. Oh my God. So Boombox says, what if the dick is good but the credit is bad? Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to talk about stuff like this today. Is that where y'all want to go with this live stream? You know, one thing is, I would say this, good dick will have your ass, you know, just not thinking rationally. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's nice, but at the end of the day, you have to have somebody who's on your level, because like I always tell girls, good dick only takes you so far, okay? Good dick is not going to get up and pay the bills and, you know, handle business unless that's their mentality. It's about what's attached to that good dick. If you're just in it for like the sex or just to have good sex with somebody, but you're not in it for anything else, then that might work for you. But I think once you get to a certain age, it has to be a lot more to the relationship than just good sex. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing worse than having good sex and y'all just broke as hell. So after you have sex, then what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that good dick needs to be attached to a lot of good things, like good finance, good credit, you know what I'm saying, a good head on their shoulders, literally, you know what I'm saying, a good person, a good personality. It has to be attached to a lot more than just a good peen. Oh my gosh, you guys are such a mess. A1 says, older guy here, sugar daddy. Oh my gosh. Y'all got me blushing. What's up, Pixel K? Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. One of my moderators made it. It's getting packed up in here. Velvet LLC said, yes, that's so true. It really is. Like, you know, sex is great, but there has to be more than that. You know, after, you know, everybody gets off, then what? You know what I'm saying? So there has to be more to it than just sex. And that's just the truth. That's how I think. That's how I look at stuff. Nessa K Baby says, amen. Oh my God. Okay, hold up. So DB is saying, what if the P is good? But, oh, somebody deleted it. One of the moderators deleted your message. Something about, I don't know. Y'all don't have to, like, block everything sexual. Just if trolls are coming in here talking shit to me, y'all block their comments. But people just asking questions, don't block the moderators. It's only the ones that are coming in here like, you're ugly, you're fat, you're ghetto. Block their ass. But if they're just asking a legit question, don't block them. Don't delete their questions, okay? Thank you. Giovanna 305 says, hey, from Ratchet, Florida. What's up, girl? AZ Wilby says, are you celibate? Yes, I am. I told you guys that like 2 weeks ago. I'm celibate. I have not had any sex in 2 years. Can you guys believe that shit? It's not that I want to be celibate. It's just really that I'm busy and I really want to be with the right person. I'm not going to be hopping from man to man to man. You know what I'm saying? There's too much stuff out here. And I'm just an emotional person and I believe in soul ties. And I'm not going to be having soul ties with this dude and that dude and that dude. Like, so that's why I'm celibate. It's not that I can't get any. I get offered stuff all the damn time. But I'm not interested right now because my mentality right now is really starting my T-line, my business and everything else. Once everything is in place, hopefully I will find, you know, the man of my dreams, you know what I'm saying? And he will have a good head on his shoulders along with some damn good head. No. And then eventually we can go there. But, you know, right now, no, I'm celibate and I'm focusing on my business. That's it. Because sex will have your mind like gone, like where you can't focus on anything besides sex. And right now I really need to focus on getting my business off the ground. This is my second business. So it's been a lot of work. I told you guys that the other day on Instagram, you know, coming up with the logo designs and finding distributors for my bottles and, you know, getting like the merchandise and getting the tea and all that stuff, you know, trying out different samples, different flavors. So I'm putting a lot into this tea line. The tea party is coming soon, you know, so that's where all my focus has been. When I'm not shooting and editing, I'm working on my website, I'm working on the tea line, I'm working on the flavors. So that's what's keeping me busy. So I can't juggle that and then worry about some guy, you know, mad because I can't mess with him for like a week or two because I'm focusing on my business. You know, and a lot of guys, they don't know how to share you. They don't know how to like, they don't understand what I do, and it keeps me so busy. A lot of men can't handle that because I'm busy and I do so much stuff on my own. So until I can find somebody who can just respect my space and respect that, you know, I'm a one-woman man or whatever, you know, I like faithfulness, but I'm also about my job. I'm also about, you know, my business. until I can find somebody on that level that respects that and doesn't like get in their feelings or get jealous or, you know, get mad because I'm spending 12 hours editing instead of giving them head. Like, I just don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's about my business. Living Awkwardly says, you're such an inspiration, T. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Kobe says, your hair is gorgeous. Thank you, love. Gabari Ashami17 says, do you care if a guy went from girl to girl in his past? Yeah, I do care about that. You know, so many times people act like it's only women out here who can be hoes and, you know, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Well, what about some of these guys? You know, and yeah, I do care about that. Like, I don't want to be with the guy that has messed with every single chick that either I know or every chick from my neighborhood. Like, I don't want other women knowing, like, you know, how my man gets down in the bedroom. Like, we all have, you know, people that we've been with previously. But if we're, like, at the club or we're going to an event and, like, out of 10 girls, you slept with 8 of them, that's not a good look. I mean, just think about it. If I'm your girl and we go out and literally, like, every dude you see, I've been with them, that would turn you off as a man. And I feel the same way as a female. I don't see how some guys feel like, you know, only women can be hoes and only women can be loose, but men can't. I feel like this is the same for men or women. I don't want a guy who's out here just slinging his, you know, peen like Tic Tacs. I don't want a Fetty Wap. I don't want a guy out here with a bunch of kids. And that's another thing. A lot of people feel like, you know, if you're a single parent or a single mother, you're not supposed to have standards. You're supposed to just, you know, just be happy that somebody wants you and your damn baggage. And that's not true. I think that, you know, even if you have children, you should always have standards. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a single parent does not mean that you should just, you know, get with somebody just because they're giving you some play. You know, I think that people should be equally yoked. So if I'm coming to the table, I have 2 kids by my ex-husband. I don't want to talk to a guy necessarily that has 2 kids by 2 different women, because then that's 2 different baby mamas that I have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather prefer somebody, if they have children, they have them by 1 woman. And if you have them by 2, were you married or you just out here, you know what I'm saying, getting women pregnant and then moving on to the next? So that's another thing. Like, I'm just very, very particular, you know, on people's situations. And I respect people who were at least once married and then maybe it didn't work out. Or maybe you were with your baby's mother for a long time and y'all broke up. And I also feel like if you don't have children, like let's say you're a guy or a girl and you don't have kids, I prefer for people who don't have children to be with other people who don't have children. I know some people disagree and they're like, oh no, you know, if a guy likes you, he should be willing to take on your kids even if he doesn't have children. That might be true, but I just prefer that if you don't have kids, be with somebody who doesn't have kids. Because I think it's special when people that don't have children have a child together. I just think that's more special than a female not having any kids and then you're the 3rd baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that with Cardi B. You know, while I'm happy for her, you know, it looks like she's living this Cinderella life. It also makes me give the situation a side eye because, you know, Offset, he has 3 kids by 3 different women, whereas this is Cardi B's first child. So I always tell, you know, young guys and young girls, like, you know, try to be with somebody that don't have other children. Don't, you know, if you don't have any children, look for other people who don't have kids. But I understand once you get to a certain age, it's hard, honey. It really is. So Love Location says, T, do you want more children? People ask me that all the time. I would love to have like a little daughter, you know, so I could dress her up and put her in like dance classes and stuff like that. But nah, man, I don't feel like starting over. I'm lazy. It's like these 2, my oldest is 17. He'll be out the house in probably like, I don't know, a year and a half, you know, going to college or something. And then my youngest is 12. And I just cannot see myself starting all over. Like if I was to have another kid, I would definitely have to be married. He'd have to be my husband. And it'd probably be if he didn't have kids or maybe, you know, if he wanted kids, then maybe. But I would definitely look into like doing foster care, adopting. I don't know about the whole surrogate thing, but I don't know. Maybe I would have another kid. But right now, like, I couldn't imagine myself starting all over. Like, I see some of my friends, like, you know, they have a 16-year-old and then they're starting over. I ain't got time for that. I'm too busy. Like, I couldn't imagine. It's like, imagine, how can I live stream? There's a baby in the background, like, crying and shit. And I'm having to sit here and breastfeed my child as I'm live streaming to you guys. That shit ain't cute. Read these comments. Oh, my goodness. Take it from me because I've suffered from depression for many years. Not Active says, guys want so much from women. Some don't want to give back. We have to look good and give them, have to have a job, take care of kids, and be able to cook. Get the fuck out of here. Well, it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a two-way street. Melody Almond. I'm 5'7". Everybody keeps asking me how tall I am. I'm 5'7". So, team tall. Long legs. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Freddie O. I appreciate that. Bailey says, T, you look so pretty. I love your hair. Daniela says, oh my God, T, love from London. I love you so much. You're my favorite American. Please send me some kisses. Only 17. I love the advice that you give to younger people. Oh, you're so sweet. Mwah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nobody says, to be honest, do y'all see Cardi B and Offset really lasting? I mean, they could last. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to judge anybody's relationship. They could very much last. But I just feel like, you know, for just regular schmegular chicks out here and regular schmegular guys, you know what I'm saying? Don't get into a relationship with somebody who got a bunch of kids, especially somebody who got a bunch of kids by different people. If the chick is 25 and she has 3 kids by 3 different people and you have no children, you need to run for the hills, okay? Because there's plenty of girls out here who don't have any children. There's plenty of guys out here who don't have any kids. And I just feel like that's a better match than coming into a situation and being the 3rd or 4th baby's mother. I couldn't do that. I don't know. That's just me. Josh Henry says, yes, I love you and I love Azealia's new song. Yeah, her new song is dope. I'm definitely liking it. Rocky Simone says, T, oh my God, these comments are moving so fast. Renee says, yes, T, sex is a spiritual connection and nowadays so many treat it so casually. If you ignore the spiritual aspect, you'll mess around and invite demons you can't get rid of. Amen, sister. Okay. No, it really is. And that's why, you know, when I see things like what Selena Powell was posting on Instagram, we talked about this yesterday. And it's like, I remember a time, you know, where, you know, hooking up with people, that was seen as a bad thing. You know, having one night stands. Yeah, people did it in the 90s, but you didn't brag about this shit. You didn't talk about it. That was one of those skeletons you just left in your closet. And now you have people who are so proud to be thoughts. You know, you have people who are so proud to go from rapper to rapper, guy to guy. And, you know, for some guys, it might be easier for them to, you know, smash a chick and move on to the next. But guys carry soul ties too. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of men think they can just be out here, you know, skeeting and like just random women. But, you know, you're you're bringing a lot of drama into your life when you do stuff like that. Like, to me, sex is very spiritual. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know, my body is my temple. And I'm just not going to share that with just any and every man. That's just not me. You know what I'm saying? There has to be like a real deep connection there for me to even want to engage with somebody. So when I see girls just going from, you know, dude to dude and posting on Instagram and posting on social media, it's sad because, you know, they might think it's cute now while they're 19, 20, 21. But once they get into their 30s, like, no real man is really going to be checking for them like that. No real man is going to really be trying to settle down with Selena Powell. Yeah, they'll have sex with her, but they're not going to be trying to settle down with her and make her a wife and, you know, a mother and all that stuff. So, you know, that whole situation is a mess. And that's sad that this kind of culture that we have nowadays, it's all about the whole culture. It's all about the thought culture. And it's so praised now that, you know, just people like not wanting to engage in that type of culture. It's almost like they look at you like you're the weirdo. Like, you don't know how many times I get called weird and a loser and, you know, like, what the hell? Like, why are you celibate? Like, you're just so weird. Like, people clown me all the time about that, but it is what it is. I have tough skin. Let me see here. Oh, I got my brush so I can brush my damn hair in place. I hate when, like, straight hair gets all over the place. But, let's see here. Somebody says, you think Offset really got her pregnant? Yes, I do. Nova says, that reminds me of Black China. I'm just trying to read these comments here. Hottie says, I'm very hesitant about Cardi B and Offset situation because not long ago it was Sierra and Future, and we know how that went down. Not every woman is able to get a Russell. Yup, and that's the truth. That is the truth. You know, like when they're celebrities and they're in the public eye, they have access to certain people and, you know, to meet certain people and things like that. But like I said, when you're just a regular schmegular guy or girl, it's a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to get in a situation where you're out here just getting pregnant by any and everybody. And you don't want to be in a situation where you're out here getting, a female, just any and every female out here pregnant. Because again, you're gonna narrow down your chances of people who will want to be with you, or create a family with you. And so Sierra really lucked up by getting Russell Wilson, but that's not everybody's situation, unfortunately. Ice Cube's son wants to wife her. I don't think he wants to wife her. She was blasting them. I don't know why Ice Cube's son was messing with her in the first place. Hey T, good morning from London. It's morning in London. Okay, good morning. It's 7:08 p.m. here. Is it me or is it lagging? I don't know. These webcams, I swear there's like a lag with these webcams. I've done the settings. I've done a lot of stuff to fix it. I'm not sure. Julia says, hey T, I'm a sophomore in college and I've learned so much from you. Discernment is now my favorite word because of you. That is awesome. Discernment is a good thing to have. Definitely listen to your discernment. It's been a lot of stuff going on in my life this week. She's an associate. I've known her for a long time. And recently there was like a car accident out here, and her son passed away. He was only 21 years old. And if you guys remember a few years ago, I talked about one of my kids' cousin on their father's side when we first moved back to Minnesota. It was like a group of initially 6 kids. And so they decided to steal their parents' car keys. It was a slumber party. And the 17-year-old talked the 14-year-old into stealing their dad's car keys, and they went on a joyride. And out of the 6 kids, one of the kids was like, you know what? Something doesn't feel right. I'm not getting in the car. And our cousin, he ended up dying. The guy who was driving, he was 17. He was doing like 80 miles per hour. It was really icy. He crashed. He died instantly on impact. My kid's cousin, he was 14 at the time. He died instantly on impact. And then the kids in the back seat, they were like really severely hurt. They didn't end up dying. So discernment is a very powerful thing. And I talk to my kids about that all the time. If you feel funny about a situation, if you just don't feel up to it, don't ever feel bad about changing your mind or saying, you know what? Nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that might just be the one time that it saved your life. And that young boy that didn't end up getting in the car with my kids' cousin, he walked away with no scratches, no injuries. He's still alive to this day. But yeah, discernment is a very, very powerful thing. And that's why I talk about that all the time, because it can literally save your life. It really can. There's been many situations I've been in, and something just told me, you know what, walk left as opposed to walking right. And then, literally something happened tragic that I was able to avoid. So definitely work on strengthening your discernment, especially when it comes to certain people. If you can get that discernment strengthened, it'll make your life so much less chaotic. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to weed people and see through their bullshit like this. That's why, people may think I'm mean or funny or stuck up, whatever the fuck these bitches on YouTube be saying about me. But the reason why I don't fool with these hoes, okay, these handsome hoes of YouTube, the ones who can't stop talking about me, it's because I have discernment. And I see they're disingenuous people. You know what I'm saying? There's just something about them I'm not feeling, and I'm not going to be fake and fool with people that I'm not feeling. I have to really have a vibe for you. You know what I'm saying? And my discernment has never failed me. So that's why a lot of these chicks be mad, because I just don't fool with them. It's something about their energy that's just off. And you don't have to make any apologies for being, for standing within your discernment. Okay, it looks like I have some super chats. Thank you guys. Let me try and read these. T, society wants to make everything negative in culture, and that's from Warrior Princess 579. Thank you for the donation, and you are so right. Like I've always said, good is bad and bad is good, and that's just the culture that we're living in. It sucks, you know what I'm saying, but you still have to have enough, wherewithal and discernment and common sense to know that, you know what, I'm going to march to the beat of my own drum. I don't care what society says. I know what's right and wrong, and I'm just going to go ahead and do what I feel is right. You know what I'm saying? Versus just, going with the whole mainstream and going with what everybody else feels is the right thing, even though we know deep down inside it's wrong. So let me say, I have another one. Infinite Wisdom. Thank you so much for the donation. Infinite Wisdom says, love you, girl. I love you too, and I appreciate that. What's up, Dark Princess? I see you in here. Love says, rest in peace to them. My condolences. Thank you so much. Yeah, his mom's going through it. I went to go see her yesterday. I hadn't seen her in years, but I had to go out and show some love and some support. I couldn't even imagine. Her son was 21 and he died on his 21st birthday. So that situation, being a mother, that was her oldest child, and having a son myself who's now, getting his permit, learning how to drive, it just makes me really, really nervous. And the one thing I will say to all of you guys watching, please put on your seatbelt. If there's not enough room for everybody to be buckled in, just don't get in the car. You know what I'm saying? Because he was sitting in the middle, and when they crashed, because there wasn't enough seatbelts, he ended up flying through the windshield, from what I heard. But, yeah, so he passed away. So I would just say, be very, very careful. Vehicles are serious. They're not toys, especially if you're just learning how to drive. Just, be very cautious, be very careful, be very defensive. And if you feel like something's not right, if the weather's not right, or you just feel like, what, I'm going to pass on going out tonight, just something doesn't feel right, just don't go. Because this is like the second person in my life that has, died in a tragic way in a vehicle. And, it's just really sad. And I know that's something that stays with my kids because that was their cousin, and he'd be in his 20s now, but he died at 14 years old because they went on a joyride, so that whole situation is just crazy. But thank you. It's been a long week. It's been, that whole car accident with my friend's son has just brought back a lot of memories with my kids' cousins, and, going to his funeral, and, you never want to see your child leave before you, and you never want to go to a funeral of young people. And car accidents are no joke. I still remember like the scars and the scratches, and they did their best to, fix them up. But yeah, it's hard. Let me read some more of these comments. I'm getting sad. I'm going to stop talking about Tank. It's making me sad. But I just want you guys to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I just do. Hey, Gussie. Dana says, when you're driving, you are driving for everyone else as well. People driving not only take chances with their life, but everyone else. Yep, it's the truth. It really is, especially when you drive with multiple people in your car. You're responsible for every single person that gets in your vehicle, and you have to take it serious. Thank you, guys. So Laura says, hey, T, what's your advice that you can give to girls dealing with low self-esteem? Wow, let me sip on that. Boombox asks, do you like Amara La Negra's new song, Insecure? I love it. I'm not too much fooling with Amara La Negra. I'll talk about that later. But as far as the self-esteem thing, I think everybody deals with low self-esteem. I mean, I had really low self-esteem as a kid. And I think the easiest way to get over it is to just know that, things will get better, especially when you're young and you're like in junior high and you're in high school and you just feel really awkward and you feel like you're going to be in that awkward stage the rest of your life. Please know that it does get better. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on what your self-esteem is low about. If it's something that you can change, like weight, then you just have to, take it seriously. If you feel like you're overweight and you want to be a certain amount of weight, then you need to research, start eating healthy, start working out. If it's something, with your skin, let's say you're having acne issues, like we talked about a few weeks ago, research and see what you can do to clear up your skin. Go see a dermatologist. If it's a situation where you have low self-esteem, because let's say, you're going through like sexual assault, or you've been molested, and you just don't feel comfortable in certain situations, or you always walk around with your head held down because you've been through a lot in life. That was me as a kid. Stuff like that, you'll eventually need counseling for. It's very hard to get over those traumatic experiences. So things like that, you will need to get counseling for and get around positive people. And another thing that can help you with low self-esteem is looking directly in the mirror and talking to yourself, giving yourself positive, reaffirmations. I don't know if that's the right word. Y'all know I be messing up words. I think it's called, I don't know, confirmations. I don't know, but talk to yourself in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so quick to beat up ourselves. We're so quick to look into the mirror and point out every single flaw, everything we hate about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, looking into the mirror, like, oh my God, I have big ass fucking eyes. My eyes irritate me. They're so big. Why aren't they almond shaped? Well, you know, instead of like dwelling on something I can't change, I cannot change the size of my eyeballs. So now when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you know what? I love my big eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls are putting on makeup to make their eyes pop. And my eyes are big naturally. So, you know, talk to yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? Point out the good things in yourself. You know, are you a good person? Are you a friendly person? Do you try and help others? You know, point stuff like that out. And I think my live stream is freezing up. Let me just look here. Okay, looks like it's coming back. My stream health just went down. You see how that works? That's crazy. As soon as I start preaching, the whole thing freezes up. I think I might need to refresh. I wonder if I can refresh this. Let me see. I hit refresh, so we'll see what happens. Did it just cut off? Oh my gosh. I'm just waiting for the camera to pop back up. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. Can anybody see me? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stop it and start again. Can you guys see me? Okay, I don't know what is going on. Okay. Can you guys see me? I don't know what's going on. YouTube is hating. This is ridiculous. As soon as I'm giving really good advice, they just like cut off my stream. So I logged off and I came back, and you guys are saying there's like a huge lag in the audio and the video. I don't know what's going on. Okay, good. You guys can see me? Okay, and the word is affirmation. Thank you for whoever wrote that. I be forgetting these words, honey. But yes, give yourself positive affirmations. Tell yourself good things about yourself. We're so quick to beat ourselves up, but we're slow to praise ourselves. And sometimes you got to pat yourself on your own motherfucking back. I don't mean to cuss right now, but that's the truth. You can't wait for everybody else to boost you up. Sometimes you have to boost yourself up. So that can be a way to help you, if you have low self-esteem and stuff like that as well. Why does my video look like it's in 280p? What in the world is going on? It's so slow right now. Okay, so you guys can see me? Is it clear? Is it like really grainy? Because it looks grainy on my end. So Lisa Butler says, I'm 115 pounds and I've been teased about my weight since I was 10. I'm 43 now. Stop letting people tell you how you should look. God designed you. God designed us for a reason. That is the truth. See, people are saying that it's blurry. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Cardi B. I shot a bunch of videos earlier. I just had to get them edited. So I will be talking about that. I will be posting a video. Yeah, YouTube is on some BS. Everybody's saying that it's not clear. Okay, I think it's back up. Now it's clear. God, I can't believe all this mess is going on. Okay, so now it's clear. It keeps going in and out. It's like one moment it's clear and then it'll get real grainy. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. This is so frustrating. And now it's clear, but the audio is off. Okay. I think I might have to get like a live streaming computer. I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's my MacBook. But I'm probably going to have to get like a dedicated computer for live streaming because this is ridiculous. And I want to be able to stream with y'all and talk without having to deal with all these lags and all this nonsense. I'm not talking about Stephen Clark. I'm not getting involved in that. The Hoteps can take that topic. Because again, remember he said dark skinned women bring him dark days. Well, I'm dark skinned, so I have nothing to say on that situation. I'm sticking to the topics that I would love to stick to, which is my celebrity news and trending topics. I will not be addressing him. Chrissy done made some good videos addressing him, and Cynthia G done made some videos addressing him. I have no opinion on the matter. I will keep my dark butt right here, okay? Okay, I hope you guys can see me. Rita S says, YouTube isn't notifying me of your videos. Love you, T. I'm so sorry, Rita. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It sucks. Hey, Joanna Johnson. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is so crazy. It's like going in and out. Some people can hear the audio. Some people are saying that it's really off. Some people are saying that the video is really grainy. Oh, man. That just sucks. I'm just trying to like read some of this stuff. This just sucks. I hate technical issues. That's like my biggest pet peeve. And we've been on here for like 43 minutes. So Bobby Whitney says, it's YouTube, T, not your Mac. Somebody else said, Macs are trash. Hey, I love my MacBook. That crazy chick from YouTube. I hope you had a good weekend. Thank you, love, for the donation. I had a really decent weekend. I did. Pixie says, my dark butt joins your dark butt. Yeah, I'm not talking about none of that stuff. I'm not getting involved. Like I said, it's been too many times where I put my neck out, you know what I'm saying, my channel out there, talked about things, and had to deal with like the backlash, the ramifications, death threats, you know, just all types of stuff. I'm not involved myself in that mess no more. Let the mushmouth people, let them talk about that and do whatever they got to do when it comes to those topics. I'm not hitting those topics no more, because when it comes down to it, a lot of people, especially on YouTube, they don't respect black women's opinions on certain things. So I'm cool. Let other people talk about them topics. I'm not dealing with the headache. I see just too much stuff that a lot of black female YouTubers go through when they talk about those particular topics. So I'm not interested at all. I would not be putting my neck out there for any of those topics no more. Brandon Green says, talk about gentrification. Gentrification is happening everywhere. I know especially in Harlem it's really bad, and I've been out there a few times. I know Vice Show was in Harlem, I think last weekend, and he talked about it. You know, there's like so many stores and coffee shops and, you know, all types of like, you know, shopping little outlets out there. It's not the same Harlem that it was back in the day, but that's everywhere. You know, even here in the Twin Cities, you know, where we all grew up, what we call the hood, it's all white people there. Like, they cleaned it all up, moved everybody out the hood, put them all out in the suburbs, and now all the people who are living in the suburbs, they're now, you know, staying in the hood because the hood is closer to the freeways and it's closer to downtown Minneapolis, downtown St. Paul. It's an easier commute. So they're re-gentrifying all types of places. You know, for some people, they feel like, okay, well, you guys had years to clean up your neighborhoods and you guys didn't do it. So now white folks are coming in and they're putting their money where their mouth is. But you also have to look at it too, like, you know, a lot of people weren't qualified to get, certain bank loans. They didn't have the credit. The banks weren't trying to loan them money to clean up these neighborhoods, to build certain businesses, to redo, the infrastructure, so it's very easy to judge the people that were living in these neighborhoods and saying, well, why didn't y'all clean it up before white folks came to gentrify you guys? But a lot of people just didn't have those opportunities to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have money to be able to clean stuff up. And if you're talking about a poor neighborhood where 90% of the people are living in poverty, how can they just build a new coffee shop? How can they, clean up their neighborhoods when they can barely pay rent? There's certain parts of Brooklyn now, New York is crazy expensive, but there's certain parts that have just been gentrified, and they've gotten rid of all these people. They've taken them out of these low income areas. They buy up these row homes and they rebuilt them up. And then they'll say, well, yeah, if you want to come back, now the rent is $5,000 per month. Who can afford that if you're working minimum wage? It's ridiculous. So they know what they're doing. They're trying to get rid of certain people out of certain historic areas. And I find it really sad. So, yeah, I'm not feeling the whole gentrification thing. Like, I understand it. I understand a lot, certain neighborhoods do look a lot better now. But it's sad because the people who were initially there in those neighborhoods, they can't afford to stay there. Okay, looks like YouTube is working better now. Alex says, I love your channel, Lovelyti. Thank you so much. Jamia says the same thing is happening in Philly. Yup, it's happening everywhere. Joanna says the same thing in Detroit as far as gentrification. I was so surprised when I seen Escape out there in Detroit when they did that whole Escape series, with Tiny and all them. And they were doing that performance in Detroit, because the Detroit that we're so used to seeing, I've never been there, so that's why I was surprised. We're so used to seeing, like, the burnt down homes and the abandoned buildings and everything else. And there's like a whole section of Detroit that they basically regentrified and it looks gorgeous, but again, all the people that were initially there, they're all gone. So once they start rebuilding and putting up those new homes and everything else in those abandoned neighborhoods, those same folks are not going to be allowed back. They're just not, and that's the unfortunate part. Oh, wow. So Latoya says the same thing in Boston. So it's happening everywhere. That's crazy. So Mustang Gang says, I'm fourth generation real estate family. The real problem is our people will sell drugs in front of everyone, litter, graffiti over everything. It starts with the people who won't do simple things. And yeah, you definitely do have a point. You know what I'm saying? You do have people who do mess up these neighborhoods, who do mess up these buildings, piss in the stairwells and just, they don't care. They don't treat their home like it's their home. They don't treat their neighborhood like it's worthy of being a neighborhood. They trash things. So you do have that certain element, but not everybody's doing that. But unfortunately, when you have a lot of people doing that, that's what makes people look at these neighborhoods like, what, we just need to tear everything down and then rebuild everything from the ground up. And it looks like that's what's happening all across America, which is kind of unfortunate, because again, now that they're building all this new stuff, where are the regular people, the low income people, where are they supposed to live? How can they afford, housing in these nice neighborhoods? Everybody who lives in the hood doesn't want to be in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They eventually want to get out. They want nice things. They want to live, in a nice house in a nice area. But the problem is economics. They can't afford it. So cutting up keto says gentrification is probably an agenda for 2020 and 2030. It's happening in South Carolina too. So it's happening everywhere. Let me read this super chat real quick. Thank you so much, Belinda Thompson, for the donation. I appreciate it, love. It's happening everywhere. The whole Amara La Negra thing, I try to keep it with the whole Love and Hip Hop Miami. After a while, I just tuned out. I was just kind of over her and the constant whining, and then, the whole beefing with her homegirls and them beefing with her. I was just over the whole, oh, woe is me, I'm dark skinned. And then anytime you're on a platform to really speak about this and be articulate, you can't articulate the manner. you can't articulate in like in a really articulate manner. So I'm just kind of over that. I haven't seen her new video, but I just kind of just tuned everything out as far as she goes. Like, to me, the person who's a good representation of colorism and who's not straddling the line is Juju. Like, when Juju put what was that, the dude that was into it with Amara La Negra, Young Hollywood, when she put him in his place and she was like, you know what, there are black people in the Caribbean, there are black people in Cuba, and she basically broke down the slave trade. I'm like, yes, that is somebody who is articulate, who is knowledgeable, who understands the history of colorism. I feel like Amara, after a while, was just using this just to like gather a dark-skinned fan base, and I just don't like certain agendas. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it just wasn't coming off as sincere to me, and then the whole I'm Afro-Latina, okay, we get it, you're Afro-Latina. It's like she kept trying to reiterate that point that she was Afro-Latina and not African-American black. And I get that, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people from other cultures, from the African culture, from the Caribbean culture, we lead with our nationality first, because to be black is a given. Like, it's a given, I'm a black person. But if you ask me what I am, I'm going to say I'm Nigerian. So we lead with our nationalities first. So I get that point. But it seemed like in certain scenes, she would try and put it out there that she was Dominican, as if to make it seem like she was better than African American blacks. It was just certain things that she would say that was like, nah, I'm not feeling that. And I know people who kind of had that mentality, and it's really unfortunate. You have Africans who have that same mentality too, that somehow they're better than black people in America. And I always feel like at the end of the day, I judge people based on how you treat me. Okay. I don't do the whole, because we're African, we're brother and sister. Nah. I don't do the whole because we're African American, we're just automatically cool. No. I have to know you as an individual. I have to know how you treat people, how you treat me. Are you a good person? You know what I'm saying? All that nationality, ethnicity, to me, that comes second. Are you a good person comes first, and how do you treat people? So it's just little things that she would say and do on that show that kind of made me give her the side eye. Y'all can be fans of her. I'm not taking nothing from her. She's a beautiful woman. But it just, after a while, it just seemed like she was just trying to push this dark skin agenda more or less to help her. But then anytime she gets challenged on it, she really can't speak on it in an articulate manner in the way Juju could break that shit down. You know what I'm saying? And Juju doesn't have that attitude like she's better than because she's Cuban American as opposed to African American. But maybe I'm reading into it wrong. I don't know. I'm just over the whole Amara La Negra, Afro-Latina thing. The whole show just got on my nerves after a while. Let me read these comments here. No, I'm not talking about him. I already talked about that earlier. Somebody says, T, can I have your Junie cakes? What the hell are Junie cakes? I don't know what that is. Gil says a lot of Dominicans have that issue. Miss K says she is fake. All of them are 100. Pixie says, for sure, 2-day attack. Let me see here. The most diverse. I'm just trying to scroll up here. Hey, Ambrose. C-Cup says, no, you're right. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Miss Ann XO. How are you, sweetie? I'm trying to go through here real quick. Brandon says, have you been watching the Unsolved Tupac and Biggie? I was in that. I'm in the crowd scene. I talked about this a few weeks ago. We shot that last year. And I'm in the scene where when they shoot Biggie and everybody's running and screaming, I'm somewhere in that damn crowd like, ah! Screaming. But no, I haven't watched it, but my boys have been watching it. They love it. They've been tuning in. You know what I've been watching? Okay, we're going to talk about this real quick, okay? I have been watching the assassination of Gianni Versace. I have like really been into that show. That to me has been more interesting than damn Love and Hip Hop. Like, I've been DVRing it. I've been watching it. The kids told me that it was coming on Like, you got to check this out. They're talking about Gianni Versace. And I was young when that happened. Like, I remember, like, the whole Andrew Cunanan thing. Because I think I was, like, 15 at the time. And, I mean, it was, like, this big manhunt. It started in Minnesota. And folks were looking for him. And it was crazy. And so to sit here and watch it on television, it was very interesting. But I feel like a lot of it is fiction as well. And I also feel like they shouldn't have called it the assassination of Gianni Versace. It should have been called the killings of Andrew Cunanan. Because it's more about Andrew Cunanan and all his craziness than anything. Now, to the people who do watch it, I finally was catching up this week on the show. Is it me, or did you guys get child molestation vibes? Do you guys feel like his father may have molested him? Because it was just really weird that when he was younger, his father gave him the master bedroom. His father gave him a car. His father was spoiling him, yet shitting on the other kids. Like, the other kids who were older didn't matter. His dad would give him lobster dinners and just everything else. And then at the end of the one scene, you can see him climbing into bed with his father. So I'm like, what the hell is really going on? I don't know, but I love the show, okay? Let me read these comments. I want to know if you guys have been watching it. Bailey, just go to my Instagram. You're good, love. Yeah, I've been watching some Black Lightning. I need to catch up. I swear there's so many shows I have to DVR because I cannot watch them in real time because I'm so busy editing. So then I'll go back and then I'll watch them. So I definitely need to catch up on that. Isabella says, do you like Azealia Banks? I mean, her music is okay. I'm not a fan of all the hate that she spews. I think if she spent more time focused on her music than hating on people and throwing shade, she'd just do a lot better. But I have no, real issues with her or anything like that. I just feel like she has a lot of issues and she's really angry at the industry. Yes, Nicki Minaj is Indo-Trinidadian. She's from the Caribbeans. Somebody says, LOL, Afro-Latino is not even a race. I don't know. But like I said, the way she be talking about it, I'm Afro-Latina. Like the way she kept saying it, just after a while, I don't know, just got annoying to me. Trying to go through and read these comments. Somebody else says she perpetuates colorism low-key. That's interesting. Dana says, being from Texas, I see a lot of distance between African Americans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans who flip-flop when it's convenient for them. Yeah, a lot of people do, and that's unfortunate. And to me, like I said, I have a lot of friends that are African American that I grew up with, things like that. So I don't like that. Like that's why it was just certain things she would say on the show that made my ears perk up, and I'm not African American, I'm Nigerian, but there's certain things that made my ears perk up, like, hold up now, you trying to come off like you better than, or like you really trying to distance yourself when, in the grand scheme of things, when people see me or see the next African American person or Caribbean person, they all see black people. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to really decipher us up in like little groups. So it's just certain things about Amara La Negra that just, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And, with people saying that she was low-key perpetuating colorism herself, I noticed when I went back to watch some of her music videos, because when she was on the Breakfast Club, she was saying that, when she was trying to get on these soap operas, they would always want to make her the maid or, the prostitute or whatever. And then when I go to watch her music video, now you have full creative control of your image, right? Because you're the one, you're the one coming up with the concept. This is your song that you wrote. And then when I'm watching her play those roles, like, well, now you're perpetuating the same thing that you're blaming, the white Hispanics for perpetuating. In one video, she was playing a maid. Another one, it looked like she was hopping in bed with the white man. So, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, it's like everything she was saying. And then when I go back and watch her videos, it came off as double speak. Just my opinion. And the sad thing is, like, as a dark-skinned girl, it's like you're not, sometimes we make you feel like you can't be critical of other dark-skinned people. Otherwise, you're just mean or you're whatever. But I'm just saying those are just some of the things that I noticed about her that kind of made me be like, you know what, I'm kind of cool. I'm not about to keep, promoting this nonsense because I don't understand where her head is at, But as far as everything else, she's a beautiful woman, amazing body. I'm not going to take that from her. Her music sounds fun and vibrant, but it was just some videos that I did end up watching after the fact, and I'm like, well, why are you perpetuating the same thing that you're complaining about? It's just kind of crazy. Somebody said love and hip hop is garbage as fuck. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Let's see here. It's so many comments. Rebecca says, I'm Puerto Rican. I accept I'm Afro-Boricua. I don't know. I know I just butchered that. Um, it's going so fast. The native of India, of Puerto Rico, Spanish, and African. My skin is white, and I always say that I'm part African. I'm not ashamed of it. That's awesome, because a lot of people, especially the lighter skinned Hispanics, they definitely tend to be more ashamed, and they try to, distance themselves from that African blood in them. So that's cool that you don't do that. Somebody says, Tweety says, her name alone irritates me. Y'all are a mess. Unicorn, are you Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa? I'm Yoruba. People ask me all the time. And my name is not Titi Layo. Everybody thinks my name is Titi Layo. That's not my name. Brandon Green says the internet ruins everything. Cardi is Mazito. I'm just drinking water, Dinesh Wine. I'm just drinking simply water. I drink a lot of water. I drink water all the time, 24/7. I'm a thirsty bitch. Okay? So I'm always drinking something. But it's usually water or it's usually tea. I'll drink juice every now and then, but I don't drink pops. That's not my thing. But I do like ginger beer. Ginger beer is really good. Like, all my Caribbeans and Jamaicans, y'all know about some damn ginger beer. I do like that. And that's really good for your stomach as well. So I do like ginger beer. I will indulge in that every now and then. I'm trying to go through like the rest of these comments here. Now, did you guys see that mess with Ian McGregor, the guy who had fought Floyd Mayweather? How he went onto that bus and he was throwing stuff around and attacking people. They're saying that he could face up to 7 years in prison, which is not going to happen. I think he had to pay like a $50,000 fine to get out of jail. And Floyd Mayweather is now saying that he should know how to act in public. And, he's basically saying that the whole situation is embarrassing. I'm trying to find the article really quick here about that. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather basically says that Conor, did I call him Ian? I meant Conor. That Conor McGregor should show more class and be a gentleman outside of the ring. The thing that's crazy about that is that I see some people making excuses for him and acting like he's a young child. And I could imagine if that was Floyd Mayweather, if he did something like that, he'd be all types of N-words and, you can take folks out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of people. Floyd Mayweather would be everything but a child of God had he acted in that manner that Conor McGregor acted. I see so many people making excuses for him. It's ridiculous. It really is. His behavior was just disgusting. Miles says, I'm of Cuban and Yoruba descent. That's what's up, cuz. That is what's up. There's a lot of Yoruba people in Cuba and Brazil. Outside of Nigeria, Brazil has the highest population of people of Yoruba descent. I remember I talked to this Cuban guy a long time ago, and his grandmother, he was like a really light-skinned Cuban. He looked more white, but his grandmother, he said that he liked me because I looked like his grandmother. His grandmother was a dark-skinned African Yoruba woman. And he said that we looked a lot alike. So Lola Carlos says, T, will you ever tour around the world speaking about your past, health, your overcome, and also talk about YouTube and how you started because you're so inspirational? I would definitely, talk about it more now. I still deal with a lot of anxiety. It's starting to get better. That's why I'm live streaming now. It can be hard for me just to talk to people publicly, but I'm getting better with it. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely love to go around the country and talk. I don't know about around the world. Anybody around the world trying to check for me like that. But, maybe like around the country, go to like different cities and stuff like that and just kind of talk about like, the things I've been through in life and my health and, my past and, stuff like that. I definitely would be willing to do that. So we'll see if it ever happens. Amber says, I have this same Contigo water bottle in gray. You know what? I have this bottle in like literally 4 or 5 different colors. I have it in pink, purple, orange. I need a life. But I love these water bottles. They're the best. And I like to monitor my intake. So that's why I always like, usually when I drink water from the bottles, it helps that way you can monitor how much you drunk throughout the day and stuff like that. Just so I stay really hydrated. Devin says TED Talks with T. That is so funny. Brandon says, T, what is your favorite cities, the top 5? I would say my top 5 favorite cities. Funny enough, ratchet ass Florida. I like Miami. I like Florida in general. I like the Everglades. The only thing I hate about Florida is so humid. It's very, very humid down there. Like LA is hot, but that's like a dry desert hot. Florida is like a humid where you can't breathe. So I definitely like Miami. I love LA. New Orleans was cool. I enjoyed New Orleans. I've been down there a few times. And I also love the whole East Coast. Like, I just love that whole East Coast, DMV, New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, Philly. I love that whole East Coast area because there's so much stuff always going on out there. And I love the fact that there's so many major cities right next to each other. So if like there's like an event in Philly and you live in Delaware, it's literally like an hour drive. If you want to go to New York is 2 hours away. So I think like Delaware is like one of my favorite like cities. My sister lives out there too, but I like it out there just for the fact that it's so close to everything. So I definitely love the East Coast. I want to be able to visit some more cities. I think the worst is Gary, Indiana. I went there a long time ago. I did not like it. Gary, Indiana, that's a rough city right there. I'm trying to go back and read some of these comments here. Zanae says she can't deal with public speaking. Her anxiety won't allow it. Yeah, no, it's the truth. It takes a while to be able to speak in public. It's one thing to like do YouTube commentary or videos because you can always edit out the mistakes. But when you're talking live, it is harder because, whatever comes out is what comes out. Just like how I forgot the word, affirmation. I'm like, confirmation, so it's like I want to make sure that my words are together before I go out here trying to speak to people about life. Like I need to be, I have to make sure my words are all intact. Like everybody's not like a speaker. Somebody asked, am I married? No, I am not married. I'm divorced. But I would like to get married one day. I can see myself getting remarried. Yeah, Gary, Indiana is no joke. Like, I've been to, like, certain cities. Like, I think once you go to certain cities and you see how rough it is, it makes you respect people that come from those cities. When I tell you, and this is no shade to people from Baltimore, but Baltimore, Maryland is rough as fuck. Like, I've never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to a lot of, poverty-stricken places, but there was just certain parts of Baltimore. It's just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So when I find out that people are from Baltimore, it makes me respect them even more. Like, you came from that, and this is where you're at. Now, I got to give you your props. So sometimes that's why I like visiting, like when I go to different cities. I just don't go to like the little touristy locations. I like to go to the hood. I like to go to the inner cities. I like to go to where the people are at. So that way I can get an affinity. For when I meet somebody from that area, because that just makes me have a whole new level of respect for them, because that just shows me how much harder they worked and ground. How much harder they worked and they were grinding to get up out that situation, to get up out of poverty. So like certain cities like that, it just makes me just be like, oh my God, I cannot believe that this person came from Baltimore, Maryland, and look where they're at today. Because, yeah, that city is a really tough city. It really is. And it also made me realize why they had the riots there and why people were so fed up, you know, the poverty and the lack of work and things like that. So when I went down to Baltimore, it just made me respect a lot of stuff that happened during the whole Freddie Gray situation. D says Baltimore is a hot ass mess. That is a tough city. For real, for real. Be More is no joke. Lola says, I see people donating money. Where do I click to donate? I think you can hit the super chat link. If not, you can just donate on Patreon or you can donate on PayPal. And the mods can just post that. Michael says, hey T, I'm from France and I've been watching your videos forever. Keep doing you. Thank you so much, Michael B, for the donation. I appreciate it, love. So we've been on here for about an hour. Oh my goodness. It's gone by quick. Hey T, Nicki Minaj tweeted then deleted the number 4 today, meaning that she might be releasing some new music in 4 days. I've been hearing that Nicki Minaj is getting ready to release some new music. And of course, people are saying she's only doing that because of Cardi B's album. She's trying to take shine away from Cardi B. You know, I don't know. Who knows? You know, at the end of the day, Drake did the same thing. He dropped his new single, you know, the same day that Cardi B dropped Invasion of Privacy. So who knows? But I'm ready for some new music from Nicki Minaj. I like her music. Even though her barbs were up and down, I'm hating on her, and I hate Nicki. I like her music, and I cannot wait for her to drop some new tracks. J.M. says, hey, T, love your work. Keep making your hustle. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate it. Daydreamer says, starting late, but I'm here. You look amazing, T. Thank you so much. Brandon Green says, talk about these IG folks frauding lifestyles. You know what? That's life. You know, that's why I don't never understand, like, when people get so caught up on Instagram. And I was like that for a while where I would feel like, you know what? What's wrong with my life? Like, why am my life, you know, bling blinging and shining? And then I have to think about it. People, when they post stuff on Instagram, they post what they want you to see. They post their best life. I mean, think about it. Have you ever just watched somebody on Instagram? They'll take pictures and they're literally wearing like $10,000 worth of like clothing and shoes and handbags and jewelry. And my question is, where are they going? Do they have an event to go to? Like, where are they going? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing I don't understand. And that's why I never get hyped off of, like, these Instagram celebrities and these Instagram, you know, like, even the real celebrities who are on Instagram flossing. A lot of that is just them looking for social media attention and validation. But the sad part is that now you have regular schmegler people trying to put up this facade like they're doing a lot more than what they're really doing. And they're trying to showboat and show off purses that they don't own, show off shoes that they don't own, just for social media likes and validation. You know, so I don't take Instagram seriously, and that's why for me there's very few people that I follow on Instagram. And I think that's how it is on social media for me, period. Like, I don't like my energy being distracted. And if I feel like you're the type of person just posting constant bullshit or just constantly posting material stuff, like, it's cool to show off every now and then. Don't get me wrong, honey, because I will come on there and show off a bag or something that I bought or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I go to your Instagram and every day you're posting, look at my newest red bottoms, look at my newest purse, look at my newest this, look at my newest that, and you can tell, like, you know, 9 times out of 10, this person doesn't even own the items that they're trying to, you know, front and portray on Instagram, I'm not going to follow you. Like, I don't need you second guessing myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into debt trying to run behind somebody else's fake fame and fortune. And I think that's what a lot of people need to realize, that everything you see on social media is not always factual. Let me read the rest of these comments. So it's already an hour and 14 minutes. I'm going to be on here for another 10 minutes and then I got to go. I have to start editing these videos so I can get everything up to you guys. Amar for Beauty says, I got tired of the bullshit. That's why I logged off the internet. I do not blame you at all. I don't blame you at all. Thank you, Aminette. She says, oh my God, T, I love this hair. You are so beautiful. I appreciate it. I dyed it myself. It's an eggplant purple. I wanted like a really nice purplish color that, you know, went well with my skin tone. Like, these comments are moving so fast. I'm like trying to see them. Devin, you know I'm hyped up for Avengers Infinity War. I cannot wait. Team Marvel. Then that comment left. Somebody asked me something about ratchet rap. I mean, it's okay. I listen to a lot of different people, and part of that is because of what I do on social media. And a lot of young people send me all types of music too. Plus, my kids put me up on music. Like, there's some new rapper called Little Skies. Never heard of him. But I was listening to like some of his music yesterday, and it wasn't too bad. You know, it was okay. I've been listening to some more music from Trippie Redd, trying to get a feel for him. You know, I like to give people a chance. Okay, I like to give them a chance, listen to their music, and if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. If I'm not, I'm not, and it is what it is. You know, like I said, even with the whole Tekashi thing, I can kind of listen to Billy. That's not too bad. But that Gummo bullshit, I don't get it. And I'm not trying to get it. You know, so again, I still have old school ears. And I prefer old school music. But I'm not going to knock these new rappers. I'm not going to knock these new ratchet, you know, mumble rappers. Because we have too many old folks hate. We have too many old people hating on the youth. Point blank, period. You know, and that's why I just feel like at the end of the day, you know, instead of like constantly knocking them and talking down to them, you know, explain to them the history of hip hop. Explain to them what they're doing wrong. Explain to them the ramifications. And it's funny because if you guys remember a few months ago, that picture went viral. Remember T.I., Mr. Woke T.I., how he tried to come for Raven-Symoné because Speech had wrote a caption on a picture with like, it was like maybe like the top, I don't know, 20 guys in hip-hop. So it was like T.I. and Diddy and, you know, I don't know. It was a bunch of damn rappers in there. DJ Khaled, all that stuff, right? So Speech was like, look at all these guys who came up by basically disrespecting, you know, black women, selling drugs. You know, they became rich off of perpetuating the worst of black culture, okay? So, and everything that Speech said was the truth. I agree with him 100%. But look how many people came at Raven-Symoné and Speech and others and said they were hating, they were jealous. Look how quick T.I. was to try and defend his fuckery. You get what I'm saying? You know, well, a man can grow, you know, who hasn't sinned, cast the first stone. Whatever the hell T.I. was saying. You know, he talks that mush mouth shit. But it's so funny because it's like, all of that was acceptable, but now these same older rappers are mad at the Tekashi 6ix9ines and the, you know, the Smoking Perps and you know, these other new rappers and what they're rapping about, as if when they first came out, they was on some conscious deep shit. All y'all be perpetuating bullshit. I mean, let's keep it, you know, let's call a spade a spade. They all perpetuate a bunch of bullshit. The problem is they're not hot and this new generation is hot, and a lot of folks in the industry, they're feeling some type of way. And I refuse to be the old head who's mad, who just, you know, refuses to let this new generation be great. You know, y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and not, you know, people who are my kids' age about the music they're making. If they want to make that type of music, it is what it is. Because a lot of the music that we grew up on, it wasn't the most positive. Let's not act like Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style album had a bunch of deep conscious shit. You know, that's the stuff I don't like. It's just the hypocrisy. The one rapper I can say who did have a balance, to me personally, was Tupac. Tupac had a balance. You had the Dear Mamas and the Keep Your Head Up, but then you also had the I Get Around and, you know, How Long Will They Mourn Me, and, you know, that gangster stuff, To Live and Die in L.A. He had a balance, but most of these rappers, they never had a balance. You know, Diddy never had no balance. He just talked about, you know, money and materialism and, you know, bling bling all day. And then now you guys are mad about these young kids rapping about Gucci and money and you know, bling. Like, it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical of me. So I have no problem with what these ratchet rappers are doing. My only thing is I feel like as adults and as parents, you should be talking to your children and letting them know, you know what I'm saying, what's acceptable and what's not. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of entertainment, and that will not be allowed in my household. You're not going to be my household popping mollies in the bathroom and doing stupid shit. When you go out into the real world, you're a representation of me, and I expect you to act accordingly. So it's your job to raise your children. It's not Trippie Redd's job to raise my sons. It's not Tekashi 6ix9ine's job to raise my sons. Those are my sons. You know what I'm saying? I brought them into this world, so it's my job to raise them. So I'm not going to put that burden on some ratchet rapper. Period, point blank. Am I preaching or what? Oh my goodness, I'm over here ranting on him. I'm going to go ahead and brush my hair. I don't mean to be brushing my hair. I just hate, you know, like loose hair in my face. Gil said facts, preach. Yes, thank you. Y'all remember that Doggy Style album? Please don't, honey. Don't act like I'm old. Y'all remember that album. He was on there talking about all types of sex and getting high. I mean, that album was crazy. You know what I mean? But now these same rappers want to act like they're like super conscious and super deep, and now y'all want to come at these young dudes. Like, get the fuck out of here. They're just a bunch of old heads who are hating right now because they're not hot. Point blank, period. They're either trying to ride their waves like 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Or they're just mad because they're not the it guys no more. Every person has their reason. No, every person has their season. Excuse me, okay? Everybody has their season, and now a lot of these old rappers, their seasons are over, and now you have to make new, you have to make way for the new generation. Just like Wendy Williams' old ass. You know what I'm saying? She could hook me up. She could, look out, but she ain't trying to let go of that position. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So I'm just not going to be the one to sit here and keep knocking the youth. At the end of the day, it is not none of these damn rappers' jobs to raise my children or your children. Point blank, period. Because I listened to all that type of music growing up. But guess what? My parents made it very clear what my expectations were. And, being out there doing all that dumb stuff, that was not an option for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never been arrested, never been to jail, none of that shit. You're not going to find me with no mug shots, none of that stuff. Because there was just certain things. Now, I did mess up when I got pregnant as a teenager. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I can say, like, that where I kind of messed up on. But other than that, it was just certain things that, that you had to be responsible for. You can't put those responsibilities on other people, period. Let me read these comments. Y'all gotta be cracking up in here. No, I've never listened to K-pop at all. I've never even been interested. Y'all send me K-pop stories all the time, and I'll be like, next case! I don't care about K-pop. I don't know. I'm just not interested. Do they even sing in American, like in English? Like, is there like an American version, or is it just strictly like in, what? I don't know. Where are they from? China? Japan? Korea. Yeah, Korea. Is it all in Korea? Korean? I'm like, is it all in Korean music? Is it all in Korean music? Because I've never, ever listened to K-pop. I can't get with them. I just can't. Guanta Black says, Wendy won't let that purple chair go. No, she will not, honey. She is holding on to that chair for dear life. She would not let it go. So Teresa Lewis says, hey T, I live for your tea and that notification bell. I travel the world for work, and sometimes you are my only entertainment where TV channels are not in English. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donations. And that's what I strive to do. I strive to entertain and, just talk about just different topics and bring my, opinion into it without being too judgmental or too mean. Throw a little bit of shade, be funny with it, and just keep people up to date on stuff. And I love when people email me and they're like, you know what? Me and my kids are able to talk about certain things, or I'm able to relate to my kids more because of your videos. So I love the fact that I'm bringing parents and kids together one video at a time. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Oh my gosh. I'm getting all these phone calls. So somebody says K-pop is simple. It's basically like Western pop music, but in Korean. Okay. Thank you for the breakdown, because I'm just not interested. People ask me all the time to talk about K-pop. I refuse. Okay, it's almost an hour and 30 minutes. We have about 5 minutes left here. Oh, and before I go, because I told you guys I was going to do a monthly giveaway to my Patreon people and my PayPal people. So I am going to pick one lucky person on Patreon. You will get You Can't Sit With Us. I don't know if y'all can see this. Kind of see it. Never been used. Brand new. Sealed. I will be sending you out a You Can't Sip With Us coffee mug. So I'll be picking somebody at random on Patreon. So if I send you an email, please reply back with your address so I can go ahead and send that out to you. I'm also going to send one out to somebody on PayPal as well. I don't want to forget about my PayPal people, because a lot of times I feel like you guys kind of get overlooked, but you guys are like been my day ones. So I don't want to forget about you guys. So I will also be picking a random PayPal person as well to receive a free coffee mug, okay? So, you guys, I had a really good time. Thank you guys for joining me in my live stream. I'm still getting used to everything. Hopefully they can figure out whatever's going on Patreon. I don't know why my live streams are not working over there, but, I'll try and contact them and figure out what's going on. So, in the meantime, I have to start editing. I'm going to get those 3 videos up to you guys tonight. I hope you guys have a really good evening and you guys have a wonderful time at work or school, whatever you got going on tomorrow. I'm going to be busy. I have to go meet with my accountant and my CPA, and y'all know it's tax time for us who pay in. So I got to go see how much I owe this time, okay? So I'm not excited about that shit. I miss those days when we could tax time ball. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when you were young and you know what I'm saying, you always got money back. I ain't got money back in so long. It's ridiculous. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. You guys have a happy Sunday, a good evening. You guys stay blessed. Stay safe, okay? Most importantly, put your seatbelts on. Be careful. You know what I mean? Exercise that discernment. And I will see you guys again next Sunday, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.